Hi guys, this is Sydney. So right now, from the angelic realm, I was guided to share some message and guidance, however you may resonate. If you're tuned into and are reciprocating, it may be for you. So I wasn't intending or planning on recording this message, but I actually received this message yesterday. So just afternoon today, right now, all of a sudden, I was feeling cold as I received more and more information, and then I started to get chills as I was receiving. So it has to do with the recent event that took place, just that's going on right now, today, yesterday, and in my latest YouTube video, I shared the message that there's something going on with U.S. and Middle East, and that was the foreshadow, like the kind of the message for this event to take place after. So. I believe I shared this message like a few months prior that about the World War III timeline. That is very much a possibility a few months ago, I believe. And that as this issue is of a big escalation and of big significance to the entire Earth, and not just Earth, but a lot of other star systems that are involved right now. So what I received at the time was that there was like a plea from different councils, and that the plea was heard, and that in case of the nuclear weapon or the nuclear case weaponization taking place, like the World War II again, or something of that nature that's going to exacerbate the situation, then the galactic force will intercept and then interrupt, and then they will do anything to stop this. So that plea has been passed, and that the light workers are no longer to be too concerned about that. So at this time, that event is starting to unfold. And for the past month, ever since I was in Sydney, Australia, I was heavily connecting with the energy of Persia, Middle East, Russia and China. So there's a lot going on, and as a light worker or anyone who's connecting to this video and the energy here right now, that you are resonating on a genuine level, that you are being guided to continue to stay in peace, not get too disturbed or to get too much in the head, and then pursue out of too much of this trying to know more and have more information, but rather how it's going to help you how it's going to help the humanity on an energetic level, is to stay in your center, continue to go in, continue to center your energy, to radiate the energy of peace, love, harmony, joy on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. So it may be quite a challenge, especially if you're in a certain circumstances that may be very challenging at this time. But there's always a reason and a purpose as to why you are there and going through that journey, is what I'm going to share. And that we are always on the journey. We are always on our destination, meaning the destination is not a place that we reach, but every moment, every second of our own experience, that is you. You are the life, you are the destination in every moment and second. Therefore, you are the journey. So take however resonates with this message right now and these words. So I believe it was yesterday or the day before yesterday when I woke up, I received the news about India plane crashing and the Austria school shooting. So that was, so they want me to share a little bit more explanation as to the purpose behind these events. So there are certain point of views that we can have as humans, and there are certain point of views that we can have from a larger perspective, from a larger purpose sense, from galactic, energetic, spiritual, however you resonate with these words at this time. That the school shooting in Austria was divinely guided by the Earth Council. So it was to warn humanity, to wake humanity up, to shake humanity up of the dangers of the weaponization, the guns and the fires and the missiles. So those students who were sacrificed or died, I would say during the shooting, their soul chose to participate. So therefore, when the event took place, the angels were ready to take them to the light right away. So they were taken by the light and they were with the angels. And they were to be rewarded for this partaking in this event at this time for humanity on a soul level. So the next reincarnation or next journey, soul journey, they will have more eased experience or easing experience, or they will be rewarded energetically, is what I'm going to share. But the person who was doing the shooting, he is on a very different karmic journey, so he has to go through what he needs to go through karmically. And in regards to the Indian plane crash, what took place was those group of souls, they chose to take off as a group. As you may be aware already, there are a lot of souls who have been choosing to take off due to rising in frequency on Gaia, and their energy is not in match to that. So their soul as a group chose to take off, and my spirit team had me connect with the energy of India very much, very heavily, ever since I was in Sydney, Australia, and even like when I'm here now, like in Vietnam. And what I was tapping into was there's a lot of chaotic energy, a lot of so-called, the energy that needs to be swept off is the word that is coming, that needs to be just cleansed. There are a lot of, I wouldn't say lower vibration is not the exact word, but there are a lot of energy debris, or the souls, there are like immense population there. They're not elevating, or they're not elevated. So they're just staying in the same place over and over, and there are a huge population of that. Not necessarily they're doing something bad, but they're not evolving. So these energies needed to be swept off, and this the plane crash was like, in a sense, symbolic sense, representing that. So with this plane crash, in this case, these souls, even though they chose to take off, when that event took place, a lot of these souls were in a lot of fear and doubt and confusion in that moment of death. because it was like a plane crashing, and imagine that situation, right? As a, you know, even though your soul chose on a human level, the amount of emotional energy that you may be holding. So I was guided to bring in the angels so that they do not get lost, and they follow the light on that morning. So if you feel cold, you can still do that. As I was visualizing, I saw a lot of souls wandering, still very confused at the time of 2 days ago. So I was like sending those energies and then sending them, like redirecting is the word that is coming to the light energetically that I was sensing. So you can still do this, or anytime this kind of events take place, you can bring in angels or create the light passageway to source and send them back to source, send them back to the light. Is something that I'm guided to share at this moment. And what's to take place in the Middle East right now that they have me tap in very heavily. What I received thus far is that as a light worker or anyone watching, you are to continue to stay in your own center as much as possible, and at the same time continue to release ego, continue to release any negative narratives, anything of that nature at this time, and not get into opinions, debates, or ideas of what is happening and who is right and who is good and who is bad, and especially also with a lot of the turbulence and chaos within the policy of the U.S. government at this time, with the farmers in California, which I received as information when it took place, like, I don't know, was it 2 days ago or something like that? I received that information for the first time. And so all of these things are to shake up the power structure, to sort of expose how the power dynamics are working right now in a very, the word that is coming is buffoon-like gesture. So it's like all like, looks like a comedy show, or like in a very comedic, theatrical sense. So what they're saying, what they're doing, this and that, it may anger people, it may trigger people of injustice and all this and that, is to shake people up, to further look into these energies that they're holding, and then so that they are given the opportunity to release this. So something that I'm going to share about was like 2 days ago, this girl, I think she's like Swedish or Finnish, or like this kind of Scandinavian country. Her name is Greta something, and she was well known as like a child environmentalist or something, and she was heading to Gaza, and then she got sent back. And with that, she was sharing what was going on. There are still certain activists that are being held by the Israeli force there, or something like that, illegally. And then the head of the U.S. government was saying she needs anger management. So this all is like kind of a big comedy show at this time, like very theatrical. But there's like a spiritual purpose behind it, is what I'm going to share, whether you resonate or you may not resonate. It's from the angelic realm. So when I heard it, or that received that information as guided information by my spirit team, I immediately sensed the purpose behind all these words, and but majority of the population will not get that energetic or spiritual purpose behind this sort of play is the word that is coming. But just knowing and sensing and, you know, having this information at this time doesn't mean that, you know, I'm not sharing this energy because I'm better or worse, or, you know, like, it has nothing to do with that, but to share my truth and to share this out there. They want me to share this for some reason. So with that, what is taking place right now in the Middle East, what I also received, there's a lot of economic interest behind at this time. So there are a lot of these countries or so-called nations around, what they're saying as like with the diplomatic representation may not be the truth, as a lot of people may be aware already. And there are a lot of hidden motives, interests, and plans and strategies and strategic partnerships that they're sort of watching is the word, watching to target when the time is right for them for personal aggrandizement is the word that is coming. So it's all for the same reasons that the humanity used to play out in the age of centralized power or the darkness experimentation. So this power structure of the centralized power needs to break down in order for these structures to come down. All this needs to be exposed, and we're in the middle of it. And a lot of people may not see the purpose, but get triggered with a lot of negative emotions at this time, and especially fear. And this is also to bring up thousands of years of oppressed anger, suppressed anger that's been carried out, handed down from one generation to the next. And a lot of people are going to voice this out, especially if they're like TV personalities or something of that nature. So at this time, we are not to judge, we are not to opinionate, we are to stay neutral and watch from a very higher perspective. And how can we serve humanity and collective at this time energetically is the key question that one needs to be asking. Is the message, the key message that I'm receiving for me to share at this time, that the word humanity and soul that came through like on the second day or the third day that I received here is in line with this. And yesterday I received a big message throughout the entire day was the word ohana. In Hawaiian it means family. So it is not just about blood related family, but it's the community at in a larger sense. Soul tribes and so-called and so forth. And right now there's a lot of energy of Cancer, and especially the Jupiter is in Cancer right now. So we are to really look into how we nurture our home on a bigger sense. It could be the humanity at large, one family. So Jupiter in Cancer will also highlight Jupiter as an expansive energy, not just the positive, but also the negative, addictive patterns and behaviors and choices on an individual level, as well as the collective level, to a very extended agendas is the word that is coming. Extended expression is the word that is coming. So however you resonate with this right now. So continue to choose peace rather than anger. Continue to choose harmony and balance rather than duality at this time is a big message that I'm going to share for those of you who need this at this time. And do not get overly involved with incoming news and get too involved with the mind. We are to keep our energy in the heart as much as possible by living in the present moment. That's how we are holding the energy of the collective in love and light, as a lot of people and situations may stir up the entire humanity at this time. So also, if you resonate or identify yourself as a light worker or like a starseed or something, at this time also you're being called to further release any of the egoic aspects or your traumas or fears, so that you're not doing this because you feel entitled or that you feel that you're better than everyone else. If not consciously, then on a subconscious level. I experienced this with directly and indirectly with individuals in the spiritual community where they do have spiritual gifts, but at the same time, I would say they're kind of procrastinating with the inner work, and they have to face the outcome of the actions or the choices that they're making. As a result, they may create harmful energies to each other or other people in the spiritual community or people around by having negative energies such as hatred, jealousy, comparison, all this out of needing to feel superior. That is the trauma. So, so as I'm sharing this, I thought this cafe was going to be closing late, but they're closing down. So I feel like a little bit rushed to share this message. So I hope this message helps for those of you who are going to resonate, and that I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.